All right, hello everyone. Sorry I haven't been doing YouTube videos. It's been a little crazy. My name is David Weber. I am your professor. The glasses, I don't technically need them, but they're blue light glasses. And since I have multiple screens here and I teach all day long, um, yeah, my head hurts at the end of the day. So let's get started for Excel. Um, let's kind of go through a few basic principles really quick. I'm going to share my screen with you. All right. So this is one of the practice assignments that's in the book that you guys are going to be doing. It's Wing 8 Farm. I will go through everything with you guys on basically how to do the formulas. And the formulas can get super complex. And then I'll show you a little simple one that is going to be kind of modeled after what you're going to do at the very end of the class. Just setting up very basic principles that you kind of understand how it works. I do strongly encourage that you do 61.11B, which is intermediate advanced Excel. That's when you're going to use pivot tables, complex filtering, and interlinking the different interlinking the different books together and then sharing them across the board. That's where it really separates the learners from the experts. And we're all learners. However, Excel can get kind of crazy kind of fast. All right, so this is your very basic worksheet. So right here, this whole section that my mouse is going back and forth is called the ribbon. You have your cut, copy, format painter. What that means is when you copy something, you can paint, you can actually paste the format in there. Okay, so if it's got like conditional formatting, so if it has, let's just say it's above a certain amount, it's supposed to turn green. If it's in between certain numbers, it should be yellow. And if it's, below a certain number, it turns red or whatever colors you want. Same thing with text. When I go to grade my middle school kids for computer science, engineering, and the other subjects I teach, if they're missing stuff, I set the formatting so it shows, hey, if it's missing, it's red. If it's in progress, it's yellow. And if it's completed, turned in, and graded, then they're all green. And so I use that for my own personal for that. All right, so you have your different tabs here. This is the home. So this is your real basic, like Microsoft Word also has this ribbon that looks almost identical to this. So if you've used Word before, you know that you can change the alignments, your indentations. This one's kind of cool because you can highlight a couple cells and then you can merge and center the information. Just be careful that when you do this, whatever cell that you deem as the main cell that you start with, and then the other ones that are grayed out, that information will go away. It's not deleted, but it's never going to be counted into your workbook. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Wrapping text. So let's just say I don't have this one wrapped. Well, you know what? I need to wrap the text. So it just brings it down and opens up the height. Then you have general. You have your general formatting, your numbers, your currencies, accounting, the short dates, long dates, meaning it spells out all of the months and the years, including, you can set it so it's really interesting. Time, percentages, fractions, scientific, and then your standard text. And then there's general. Okay. Conditional formatting, this is what I was talking about. You can do your color scales, different rules, manage your rules. You can format the table so it's different colors. You can create a new style if you want. You can also download a whole bunch of different ones and style a specific cell. So when we get into some exercises and it says do accent 6 at 20%. It's this one right here that I'm pointing at. There's just different ways to format it. You can insert columns and cells. You can delete them. You can format them back and forth. Autosum is a really cool feature because we're going to actually using that today. The sum, which is addition, you can do averages, you can count numbers, maximum, minimums, and there's more functions. The fill down, okay, that one's kind of handy. You can adjust it so it goes up, down. You can justify it, only odds, only evens. You should be able to, I've already done that one. Then you can clear the formatting, and then you can sort and filter, and then you can find and select certain things. So that's this tab. And then we have the insert. You can insert a pivot table. Now, a pivot table, it's covered in intermediate advanced class, 61.11B. What that basically is you have this huge data chart, and you only want certain things to show, let's just say your boss or your client or something like that. So you want to curtail that report down to just a few things. That's what a pivot table is useful for. You can import tables. You can import pictures, online pictures, different shapes. There's add-ons that you can do. You can build charts with your data on there. I believe it's module 5 or 6. We'll start building some charts. Those are very helpful. Okay. 3D maps, you can then the individual charts, and then you have slicers and timelines. You can insert hyperlinks, text box, header and footer. Okay. I know in module 2, it had you do the header and the footer in the print section. So you go to File, Print, and then you do Page Setup, and then you go to Header, and then Create Header, and you can kind of maneuver that around. That's another way of doing it, or you can just do it right here. That's really easy. And then you just have the word art, equations, symbols. The equations, it's pretty handy. These are all pre-built equations, or you can create your own. All right, page layout. So you have your themes, your colors that varies with the themes, your fonts, your effects, change your margins, your orientation, your size, your print area. Okay, so the print area is really important. If your section is pretty good size, but you need to make sure that your whole print area fits on there, you can select your entire table. You can say select set print area, and when you go to your print menu, you can say fit workbook to page, and you can change your orientation from there. Insert breaks, background. You can print specific tiles itself. You can change the width, the height. You can change your scaling. You can have your grid lines on, your grid lines off. You can print them or not print them. Okay. You can bring things forward, backward. You can adjust it. Formulas. Okay, this is where we're going to get into it. Insert Autosum, the recently used ones. Okay, these are just kind of our normal ones. STDEV, if you haven't taken statistics, is standard deviation. If you've been watching the election, they talk about their standard deviations on if they're going to be right or wrong. Okay, and that's certain parameters on a bell curve that mathematicians look at it and go, okay, how far off could we be? And that's what that is. I don't know if my old statistician professor is still there at the SRJC or not, but she was super crazy awesome, and she's amazing. She used to be the department chair of math. So I don't know. If you want to know who she is, shoot me a message. I'll look her up to see if she's still there. If she's not, then don't worry about it. You have your financial ones. Look at all these. Woohoo. Okay. We're not covering like even a remotely close amount of those. Payment is one of the most common ones used. Then we have logical, the and, false, if, not, true, ors. Those maybe we'll touch on a little bit at the very end. Different texts, okay. Date and time stamps. We can look up certain things. If you need math or trig, There's those, and there's more functions, okay? And then we can get into the rest of these. Now, data. You can pull data from a different table. That's what I was talking about. Import it in there. You can connect them. You can filter out certain data that you don't want. You can do text to columns. There's lots of different cool things. The what if analysis, if you're in business, that would be like super helpful. You can run preset math problems that will look for trends. And if you think that your business is going to go down, this is like, what if, I lost 15% of my clients? What would happen to my gross income on that one versus my net income? It'll run different scenarios, and it's really cool. Review, spelling, thesaurus, smart lookup, translate, those are all pretty self-explanatory. Protect the sheet in the workbook, that's important. If you want someone to look at it but can't fiddle with it, you can set a password to it so they can do that. If you want them to mess with it, you can track the changes on different users. It's really neat. Very similar to Google Sheets on that one. And then your different viewpoints. And then Autodesk Vault, don't mess with that. That's for something completely different. Autodesk is like CAD. Okay, so now that we have that basic stuff done, let's kind of mess around with today's work. So we need to do on B4, we need to enter 137. Okay. And I don't like how they have this formatted. All right, well, we're going to have to adjust this. So to adjust it, you can go in there and adjust the margin itself. So here is your name, okay? Now, you can do equals, I'm going to do the today. Got a little carried away on that one, okay? And the purpose is to calculate, okay? This, I really don't even care if you guys keep or not. You can delete that if you want, okay? So let's just start doing this. Tool, crop, okay? We're going to do 137. All right. And then we can do sample plot. Oh, wait, this is on the yield. Ah, I messed up. I know, you're probably laughing at me going, the professor screwed up. Yep, yeah, I did. Okay, here we go. So 137, okay. And then we do 6, 2.5, 294. Okay, sample acres. So we need to now figure out what we're going to do. Okay, so the area in acres is going to be, it's going to say equals, because we need to put the equal sign. If you don't put the equal sign, the computer will just literally type in the number. So watch, I won't put the equal sign, and we'll do it exactly what this says. It says 2 times, and then you can use your mouse, okay, B7 times, so you select B7, see, it's not selecting it. But if we go equals 2 times B7, look at that, it popped up, okay? And then times B8, B9, B8 times B9, okay? And then we're going to do slash or divided by, okay, E7. So E7, okay? And that should calculate out to, yep, we got that right. Okay, look at that. Bam. Okay. Now we're going to click on B10 and decrease the number of decimals. So we're going to do B10. Okay. And see these? That's increased decimal, decreased decimal. So it says decreased decimal down to hundredths. There we go. 0.2 acres. So a fifth of an acre. That's pretty cool. All right, now we have that worksheet describing agricultural formulas. Okay. In cell B13, enter. All right. So we're going to scroll down a little bit. All right, now we're going to enter 1922. I think that was an okay year, I'm not sure. 16.30, 16.30. Now, what's the problem with that? That needs to get converted over to a percent. So you can either cheat and go up here to the ribbon and click percent style, or do the tab and then go to percentage. Either way. But look at that. Now it says 1630%. What just happened there? Huh? So I think I know what happened. Okay. So we can go through, we can delete that. We can do 0.1630. Okay. Percentages. Think if it's less than 100%, that would be 1. Okay. You need to do point whatever the number is. If you don't, you're going to get what I had, which was 1,630. Okay. And that's, whoa, that's too much. Okay. Now, let's see here. And, okay. Enter the formula, B19. Okay, so dry weight is going to be 1609. So 1609. Market weight is 1904, 1904. Okay. So we have those. All right. Now, in B19, so we're in B19, we're going to enter the formula B16 divided by E9. So equals B16 divided by E9. So we go over to E9. We scroll up a little bit. E9, that's 56. Okay. And then equals 34. Okay. And then in B19, with no decimal places, the number should be rounded to 34 bushels. Yep. Okay. In B20, so that's one down, it's B19 divided by 10. So we're going to do this again. Equals, okay? B19 divided by B10. Okay? Equals 167.901042. My numbers are a little bit different, but that's okay. Okay? Bushels per acre. So, and we can reduce that down to that. Okay. All right, and B20. Okay. So actually, it wants us to 168. Okay, see, there you go. There we go. Now in B21, we're going to enter the formula. Okay, equals B20 times B4. Okay, I didn't click it just because I'm saving a lot of time. All right. No decimal places. No decimal places. So we remove the decimal. Okay, in B23, right there. Okay, enter the formula B21 times E10 equals B21 times E10, right? B21 times E10. Okay. Wowza. I would love to make that much money. Whoa. I don't know about you, but this sounds like good payday to me, provided farming is not easy. I'm not a farmer. Okay. Projecting almost income of $90,000 to the crop. That's pretty good. Okay. All right. Now, so we can stylize these. I'm not going to follow the book on this one, but I just showed you how to put in the basic formulas. Okay. So we can take these different cells. So let's just say this cell, we can go page layout, we can change themes, okay, if we wanted to, or we can go into like changing the colors, okay, or we can start changing cell styles. Remember, you can change any one of those. Now, here's the biggest thing. Some students have emailed me and said, hey, professor, I don't have this exact thing that they're talking about for color or theme or style. Find the closest one. You know, the Apple version or Mac version of Windows is different than my version. I'm operating on Professional 2016. They just came out with 2019. We need to upgrade. So I haven't even started playing around with that. If you have 2019, you know, let me know what's different. Okay, let me check it out. You can also go onto Microsoft.com and get a free version of 2016 and Office 365 through your SRJC email when you register. It's for students and staff, and it's free. Okay, it's for educators and people that are trying to get through their education. I think it's really cool that they do that. If you need more information on that, shoot me a message and I'll let you know. I thought I posted it in an announcement saying you can sign up for that, but I'm not mistaken. I'm just taking one day at a time anymore. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so let's see here. Let me go through really fast. So the functions. Let's go to formulas. Okay, functions, more functions. So we have average. So let's see. So this is math and trig, all. Okay. Okay. So you have average A, average if, average ifs. Okay. Average deviation. Okay. If you just do the average AVERAGE, okay, it will take the number average. Okay. So it takes all of them, adds them up, divides by how many different cells there are. So with that being said, let's just say I want to do the average of, let me pull up, let's see, is there growth? Yeah, okay. So let's pull up, move that out of the way. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Okay, so, wow, that's really long. Okay, so equals average, okay? And then we go through, we select, guys. So you can go here, and then you're gonna go all the way down to the very bottom one, okay? And you hold the shift key and you hit that. So when it puts a colon in, that means it's all of those numbers in between. If you needed to separate it, use a comma, okay? So, and then when you close that, you must close it, and then that's the average time, okay? Median would be the middle number. Random returns a random number between zeros and ones. Sum, okay? Watch this. So I'm going to delete that. This is where Microsoft gets pretty cool. You can do Autosum. So when you're here, you click Autosum, okay? And it automatically selects everything there, okay? And then there, it gives you your automatic sum. Now, I'm going to give you guys kind of like a little tidbit of information. Excuse me, pardon me. When you're doing this, not just for class, but you're trying to like do a budget or something like that, I have done, I'm getting married in next October. So I kind of have my engagement ring. It's actually my wedding ring. My future wife has letting me have it a little early. I love it. Hers, I'm still paying off, but it's beautiful. Maybe I'll show you guys when it comes in. Okay, so I created this. This is the Weber wedding budget. Okay, if you've ever gone through a marriage, you know how expensive they get, and we're pretty low on our guests, and this is pretty affordable, and it's taken quite a little while for us to save. So, but you have the different categories, okay? And then this is just, look, I did the subtotal and then the estimated, okay? Then same thing with the actual expenses that have come in, and then what the over and under is. I did conditional formatting. So if it's yes, it has that little like yellowish green. If it's a no, it's the orange, because my fiance loves orange. Okay. Now, here's a cool thing. Expenses, boom. So we went through and kind of did the different types of things that could be expenses and couldn't be expenses. And I still need to update the reception section, because it's all inclusive what we're doing. But you can always do this. You can do this for a cruise. I did it for a cruise like, I don't know, almost 10 years ago. You know, what our average drinks would cost if we didn't do the package. And I had this whole huge spreadsheet. I wish I would have held on to it. And it showed our over and under cost guesstimate on what it would save if we did the packages versus paid everything cash or credit card. And honestly, it saved us a tremendous amount of money by my books, that if we did the packages. You're on a cruise, you need to have some fun, right? Okay, so just kind of show you guys this. Decorations, candles, centerpieces, you know, we're doing pretty good, in my opinion. But I'm not a wedding planner. But you see, it even has this, and they're linked. These two are linked together. Okay, and we'll get into how to link them together. All right, so there's that. Let's see here. I do believe I have another thing that I could show you. Please, God help me on this. I think this was it. Yeah, this was something I did a while back. So like, what the mortgage payment was and space rent. I owned a house that I had space rent because it was a mobile home in a park, and then the utilities and the phone and what the difference is. And you know, I did that, and then this one, it was a live one, but I eventually trashed this one because it wasn't working right. But you guys see how you can easily do little formulas and input. You know, these are very, very, very simple, very easy, not complex. And then this actually showed, you know, like paychecks and income versus actual, and what the difference was if you're going to over or under. Okay. Another one that I set up a while ago, and then the computer crashed and died, was if, you know, things will become late. And I always, you can set it up so it will give you alerts and stuff. It's kind of cool. All right. So I hope that helps you guys, kind of shows you the very basics. Follow the directions. You get stuck, email me, okay? And I will do my best to keep doing this as we go through the class. I apologize for not doing this earlier. Let's just say life has been very interesting. My 15-year-old just graduated high school, is going off to college. She had to become emancipated. And these are not excuses. I'm just letting you know what happened. Emancipated. She moved out of my house to her grandma's, working full time. She took me to court, her mom to court, which is my ex, and just multiple hearings, multiple financial talkings over, you know, if she was to become unemancipated again, what would that look like? It was a mess, an absolute mess. So my mind was just everywhere else other than where it should have been, which was you guys. So I apologize. I hope you can forgive me, and I will do everything I can to make sure that this experience, the rest of the class, is amazing. You learn something and you can use it and move on to 61.11B, which is Intermediate Advanced. And that teacher is awesome. Okay, if you have questions, please, please, please feel free to email me or message me on Canvas, and then we'll go from there. All right. Okay. Thank you for choosing my class, and I'd love to have all of you in there, and good luck. Okay. I'll see you next week.